I am back home here in Cape Town. I've made a point of rebuilding my bike and getting back out on the trails because post-Europe depression is a real thing. I've replaced the spoke that broke in Le Carreau, so this wheel is right. But I have discovered, or it has come to my attention by a good friend of mine, that he actually noticed that my front rim is cracked. So he was like, hey bro, your rim is cracked, you know that? So I was like, oh no. You know, I reached 1,000 subscribers the other day, so thank you guys very much, man. I appreciate all the support, all the comments that are coming in, all the views, man. You guys are great. You guys have been brilliant. Thanks for helping me build this channel.
So this trip was not just about fun and games. It was just not only fun, it was all about some other stuff as well.
Right. Let me repeat that. Anyway, that trip was not just about fun and games, it was about other things as well. So more importantly, gaining skills in other areas that I lack skills on. Riding mountain bike is all about getting out of your comfort zone and riding new stuff that I've never ridden before. I could feel myself progressing while I was there, and I feel like a much better rider now that I've come back. The rim is delaminating there, and that's a crack. I gotta get this rim to a bike shop so that they can give me a damage report. And I also have some pants. Both of my favorite pants are torn in exactly the same places. Right over there, and this one right over there. Sucks, eh? I got a lot to do today. I've got to get this bike to a bike shop so that they can do an assessment and a damage report. And secondly, I need to get these pants to my mom so that she can sew them and fix them up, because that's what moms are for. Thirdly, I need to get to a trail so I can go for a sick ride. So this is also perfect timing to discuss the trip that I just had in Europe. Ins and outs, goods and bads, tips and tricks on traveling, as well as total costing. The only things that really went wrong with my bike was a broken spoke and a bent chain tamer. And that's about it. Everything else performed really well, no issues, no major mechanicals. Gotta look out here, I'm busy riding on the road. And you local oaks will know these South African roads are probably more treacherous and dangerous to ride than any double black diamond trail in the world, because our drivers really drive like assholes here. So I bent my chain tamer, but I managed to bend it back more or less on the trail. And when I got back home on the evening, I used a Leatherman and a door frame to bend it back into place. So before I left for this trip, I'd spent about 14,000 Rand. And that was my accommodation, that was my flights, my insurance, my transfer from the airport to my accommodation. The only thing remaining was ski lift fees, food, and traveling back to Geneva airport from Prep Hotel. So I put in about 6,000 Rand in my bank account for the trip to France, hoping that that would be enough. Because I didn't have any cell phone reception there, I couldn't really keep tabs on how much money was being spent and used by myself there. So I was working pretty sparingly. All the big amounts I would keep notes of here and there, but it's not accurate, and I wasn't able to access my bank account. For some reason, they thought I was an intruder. That being said, I was basically guesstimating the amount of cash in my bank account during the whole trip. Look at all the pretty flowers over there. It's springtime here in South Africa at the moment. I came back with like 2,000 Rand still in my bank account, so I spent 4,000 Rand. But I spent 18, let's call it 18,000 Rand on this trip. So that is totally not bad at all. And I rate that's a good deal for a 15-day European trip. So how did I get the prices so low? Let's talk about that over a cup of coffee. We find a gap here. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Got a gap. Hey, what's up, bro? So this place is probably my favorite place. Check this out. This is Espresso, South Africa's best priced coffee shop. Where all the coffees everywhere else like 20 Rand. It's like half the price. You come in here for 20 bucks, you can grab a donut and a coffee, because every single item inside the shop is only 10 Rand. It's freaking cheap. Having a friend in a location like that just helps with the accommodation, because 5 days of that trip was spent at Dierwald and Jasmine's place. So thank you very much, Jasmine and Dierwald. This sip's on you. That is fucking hot. My tongue is burnt now. Anyway, thanks Jasmine and Dierwald for that accommodation. It was stunning and you guys were epic hosts. If you guys are planning to find really cheap flights, right, there are two sites that I use. One is cheapflights.coza and the other one is skyscanner.com. So if you go onto those sites, those are just portals that are going to find you the cheapest flights available. They don't cover all the airlines, but they will just go through a stack of airlines that are doing those routes. Usually budgetair.com is going to give you the cheapest flights. So with that quote, you go to someone like Flight Center or your local travel agent. I go to Flight Center because they've got a beat the price offer. So I go to them with that quotation on the same day. It's important to do the same day thing because costs on flights like fluctuate so dramatically that they only offer it for 24 hours. And that's how I get those tickets for cheap. Another way of saving costs is Airbnb. Now, let me tell you that Airbnb is probably the best app I have downloaded to date. Just to give you some perspective on the price, I went to MTB Bed, which is a site that's supposed to find you accommodation for cheap, and they were about 3 times the price that I paid for my accommodation in Samoa. Their accommodation is offered in Morzine. It's a different area, so it's busier. When I looked on Airbnb for accommodation in Morzine, because I originally wanted to be based there, I looked for accommodation on Airbnb and I found it for about half the price of what MTB Beds are offering. Airbnb is totally the way to go and it's going to find you those cheap accommodations. I've never sat with a problem with Airbnb yet. Touch wood. Oh, and spill your coffee. So other ways of saving is book way in advance and don't use third parties because they're going to work out to being way more expensive. So if you do it yourself and you do it smartly, it can be done cheap. Let's head on over to the bike shop. Giant Durbanville, ride life. Keep challenging. All right, that is it. The wheel is sorted. Hopefully insurance pays out soon. Let's go drop my clothes off now at my mom's house so that she can sew them up for me and get them nice and good luck. Hey, what's up, man? Thanks, man. Bye-bye. That's it. I'm all done there. Let's go hit the trail. Now let's get to what Samoa was like. It was freaking awesome. That place is just out of this world. It blew my mind. That's what all these trips are about. It's all about increasing your skills as a rider and becoming a better rider, and being totally out of my comfort zone just taught me so much. You know, riding the steep stuff in Samoa, riding the routes. We don't have that stuff here, so I mean, I was totally out of my comfort zone, but yet it was so good. All those crashes, all those falls, all the wipeouts, it all just makes you a better rider. It is so good there in France. Man, I loved it, and I would totally go back there. Because of certain lifts not working and weather conditions while I was there, there was quite a lot of stuff that I wasn't able to ride. I'm definitely going back to France again in future, and I will definitely stop over at Samoa to ride everything I wasn't able to get to on this trip. I've already planned and already booked my next trip. The crop duster. Oh my god, I better get out the way here because this thing is gonna dust me. Buzzards are circling right over there, so anything is possible today. I might come off and be devoured by buzzards. But enough with that. Looks like they've done some work here in Mirandale, so let's go smash out some trail. I would like to say thanks to Raivy and Valdis for showing me some of Samoa, as well as the guys that I met out there in Samoa out on the trails. It was rad meeting you guys, hooking up with you guys, and thank you for showing me around at Samoa. Also a huge thanks to Dierwald and Jasmine for hosting me. You guys were awesome hosts, and I'm so grateful that you guys could hook me up with accommodation in Prep Hotel. Yeah. Woo! Yeah. Okay, this is fun. You can see the trail conditions here in South Africa, or Cape Town specifically. It is quite dry, even though we've had a bit of rain this past week, it's still quite dry. Shorted that one. Yeah. Woo. Okay. This is fun. Whoa. The bridge. Woo. I really encourage every single one of you, take the time, take the bit of cash, go and explore the world, get out there, ride your bike everywhere you can. There's just so much out there in the world to ride. Get out your comfort zone, go ride things you've never ridden before. You're gonna come back a much better rider. Check his baby Egyptian geese out. Shame they're gonna get ridden over here. I hope they're gonna be okay. Yeah, just leave him, I think. Hey, look at this, carbon bicycle repairs. Yeah, might as well check this out. So what luck, look at this. I just rode past this place, so I might as well check this out. It's carbon bicycle repairs. Hello, I just rode past the sign, and so you guys do carbon bike repair. And well, it's like coincidence. I have a rim that looks like it's cracked. So how's that for luck? So it's totally worthwhile riding around town. Those guys reckon that crack isn't too bad and it will take about 10 days to repair at 1,000 Rand. That's not bad. So if insurance don't pay out, I'm definitely going to take them up on that offer and get it repaired. Thanks for joining me on this episode. Thumbs up if you like the video. Subscribe if you like my channel. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Remember, videos every Monday and Wednesday on my channel. Thanks for hooking up with me on this episode. I will catch you guys on the next episode. Hey! What's up, guys? They reckon I'm bananas talking to myself.